Olivia from Wilkinson Cameras, and today we have the brand new Sigma 28-105mm f2.8 DG DN Art lens. This is a full frame lens which at launch is available in E mount and L mount. But before we get started, I do want to apologise for the way that I sound. I'm all bunged up and ill, but we'll move past that. At 28-105mm with a constant f2.8 aperture, this is a very versatile lens for people who want an all-in-one high quality lens offering good low light performance and beautiful bokeh. I can see a lot of wedding photographers being really excited by this because it offers so many framing options without having a second camera body, and it produces really gorgeous portrait shots. It also has impressive close focus options, just 40 centimeters across the entire zoom range, which is fairly impressive. I'm going to start by talking about the size and weight of this lens because this has caused some debate at the office. First impressions were really mixed. Some people were hoping it might be a bit more lighter than it is. It weighs 995 grams, so almost a kilo, and it's almost 16 centimeters or around 7 inches long. So it's not small, and by modern mirrorless expectations, and certainly for an all-round focal length like this, it's not light, but it's an f2.8 throughout the zoom range, and it's a Sigma Art lens, which means it's their best image quality. This comes at a price where weight and size are concerned. Actually, this comes at a price in general and is launching at $1399. For a lens you would probably want to leave on your camera all day, this is quite heavy, but imagine you are a wedding photographer or an events photographer and this lens allows you to keep one lens on and get every single shot that you need, no matter the lighting, without changing lenses, without having to get too close to anyone in the wedding or the event, without having a second body, without missing a single moment. Is that not worth the little extra weight? Which, if you've previously shot on a DSLR and a 24-70 f2.8, is going to feel pretty normal to you anyway. And you can do all this whilst producing beautiful sharp images across the entire zoom range. This lens produces really beautiful images and I loved using it for some portraiture. The 70-105mm end really produces just the most gorgeous creamy background blur, separating my subject from the background. The 12 blade rounded diaphragm also means any typical bokeh is perfectly rounded as well. I have actually taken this lens with me on my day-to-day life. I've taken it to the river, I've taken it to the city, I've actually taken it to Liverpool and shot a model there. The images that produced were really sharp from the back of the LCD screen, and in fact when I brought it back to the office, the sharpness on the eyes were pretty much spot on every single time, and the background blur is something other. It is so nice, and the colour reproduction again is super subtle but does give a natural look, so editing in post-production is very minimal. Despite being a longer zoom lens, clever lens design including 2 FLD, 1 SLD and 5 spherical elements result in consistent performance across the focal range, with minimal aberrations and special coatings, also ensuring there is no flaring or ghosting. Sigma manufacture in-house. All of their lenses and even their components are designed and manufactured in Japan. Their Art series lenses, like this one, are designed to produce the very best quality images. The type of uses I see for this lens demand great AF, and it's no good having a top-of-the-range Sony camera with their incredible AF systems if the lens doesn't perform alongside. Good news for you, it performs very well. A high-speed linear motor ensures a very fast, very accurate, smooth and silent autofocus for both stills and video. Video is so key for anyone producing professional content now, and when I say content, I don't mean your social media influencers, but clients, whether they're corporate clients or a bride and groom that want videos as well as stills now. The lens has been designed to produce minimal focus breathing, This reduction in focus breathing ensures natural looking focus pulls for filmmakers, but also benefits stills photographers who use focus stacking as well. Where you may be concerned as a videographer especially is the lack of optical image stabilization. I do think this might be an option if you are using this with a camera body without IBIS, especially at the 105mm end, because this isn't an internal zoom lens. It does physically extend, but I can't think of a single modern Sony or L-mount camera that doesn't have IBIS. And I'm sure someone will leave a comment if I'm wrong. I didn't test this on a gimbal as realistically it's not a lens I would use on a gimbal. A decent gimbal would balance it, but it's 8.5 inches or 22 centimeters long when fully extended, so it wouldn't be my first choice for gimbal work. For most stills photographers, the fast aperture and in-body image stabilization in your camera would be more than sufficient. Sigma has chosen to balance weight, price and performance by not including optical image stabilization in this lens. Now, this might cause some stir, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section about no optical IS. Build-wise, there's everything I would want to find on a professional type of lens, including 2 focus buttons placed for both vertical and landscape shooting. There's an AF/MF switch, a focus ring, a zoom ring of course, and an aperture ring. The aperture ring is declickable as well, which is good and I think should be pretty standard on lenses produced nowadays. But you can also lock it into auto or manual aperture with a small unlabeled button to the right of the aperture ring. There's also a zoom lock ring to secure the lens when transporting. This is really satisfying because you don't have to unlock this to use the lens. A turn of the zoom ring will unlock it so you can quickly get back to work. It comes with a petal-shaped lens hood and a lens case in the box. It takes an 82mm filter to protect that lovely large front element from dust and scratches, or you can use an ND filter. The lens hood is actually worth mentioning as it's incredibly well built and robust. The whole lens is built to be used as a workhorse with a dust and weather resistant build, a metal lens mount and a water and oil repellent coating on the front lens element. There's not too many lenses to directly compare to this. The only vaguely similar lens is the Canon RF 24 to 105mm f2.8 LZ lens, but this is aimed at an entirely different audience, almost 3 times the price and with a vastly different feature set. It wouldn't be an overly fair comparison, but size and weight wise, while the Sigma isn't what I would classify as lightweight, coming in at just under 1 kilo, it is almost 2 inches shorter and half a kilo lighter than the Canon, and that's pretty impressive for an f2.8 aperture lens with this kind of focal length. I think when you are thinking about buying this lens or a good quality standard zoom lens like this, you do need to remember that there will be some compromises somewhere. You can't have lightweight, high quality, fast aperture and low cost. There's always going to be a balance. But if you're happy with this price point and need or want the f2.8 aperture but want something smaller and lighter, then consider the Sigma 24-70 f2.8 Mark II art lens instead of this one. If you want this kind of focal range but you need a lightweight and compact size more than you need the f2.8 aperture, then consider the Sony Lumix 24-105 f4 lenses. Both of these also feature image stabilization, which may compensate for the aperture in some scenarios. But if you want a mega versatile workhorse of a lens that stays on your camera and will accommodate a broad range of uses and giving beautiful sharp images with really gorgeous bokeh, then this will be the lens for you. So what do you reckon? Are you excited to have the 28-105mm f2.8 lens available? Would this solve some problems and become your everyday lens? What would you use this lens for? Let us know in the comments below, and please remember to like and subscribe to our channel to see more Sigma lens reviews and camera reviews from all major brands. Thanks for watching and we'll see you very soon.